important honey plant is this tall relative of clover, and it's called sweet white honey. I don't know the botanical name, but I've just been taught that it's called sweet white honey, and I wonder why. It's got white flowers and it makes sweet white honey. It's got 3 leaves like a lot of clover does, and this one's just starting to flower, but once it goes into full flower, the bees will be all over it. I'm standing in a patch of thyme that just went wild from my main patch behind me, and then right behind me there's milkweed, which is important for butterflies, but bees will get on that too, I think. And right beside me is my favorite willow tree, where I gather willow bark. I'm surrounded by sumac as well, although most herbalists don't gather too much sumac. It's actually called staghorn sumac because of the red berry clusters like a staghorn. And by the way, that makes excellent bee smoker fuel. So I'll throw in one of those, light it on fire, and put it in my bee smoker. So again, you can see how beekeepers and the herbal trade, they cross over a lot. And I'm going to run for a second across a bridge, across some water, and come back with something really neat. I'll be right back. Follow me, check this out. By the way, this is jewelweed all around here. We've got brambles full of wild berries that aren't in bloom yet, or sorry, that aren't ripe yet, but all of this here is jewelweed, and they call it jewelweed because of this beautiful yellow orange jewel of a flower. Almost looks like an orchid. In fact, it could be some form of distant cousin or something, I don't know. Oop, I picked it on accident. And the bees will crawl in there to drink the nectar and then get dusted with the pollen. Now, this is a traditional remedy for poison ivy. Now, I'm gonna run across this old hemlock log that I used as a bridge, and I'm gonna come back with something neat. I'll be right back, folks. Over here, on this dead hemlock tree that I used as a bridge, like all rotting mushrooms, all rotting wood gets eaten by mushroom, by fungus. By the way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 honeybees floating on a dead, sitting on a dead cattail that's floating in the water, getting drinks of water out of my pond here. Bees need to drink water constantly. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 bees right here, honeybees. And that just is a comfortable spot for them to drink. But anyways, this is last year's Reishi. I know it's moldy underneath, but that's a Reishi shelf mushroom. The botanical name is Ganoderma lucidum. Very closely related to Ganoderma sugae, which is used medicinally, and I've got a link on my website for that. Now, obviously, you would never work with this anymore. This is too far gone. But I wanted to just show it. And quite frankly, I'm being cheap. I don't want to pick the fresh piece because it's not ready yet. Oh. But if I do need to trim this a bit. There's a fresh one right there. Let's see if we can have you see it, but this is a fresh Ganoderma lucidum. it could be Ganoderma sugae. It's a little fatter than and more orange than lucidum. I believe this is sugae. And I can take it into a lab for analysis. But either way, both of them are used interchangeably as immunostimulants and so forth. There's so many medicinal qualities to it that it's better if we just look it up.